Toyota made headlines recently when they officially announced they're going all in with electric vehicles or EVs. In a technological tour de force, Toyota President Akio Toyoda personally revealed a fleet of EVs, with a goal of having 30 battery electric vehicles or BEVs globally by 2030. It isn't surprising why Toyota literally showed all of its high-tech future vehicles. But what cars did Toyota and Lexus actually reveal? To find out, we listed down some of the EV concepts that Akio Toyoda unveiled. From sleek crossovers, stately sedans, as well as aggressive sports cars, the Japanese automaker has a lot in store. Hey everyone, welcome to our channel. In today's video, we are going to talk about Toyota's 7 all-new electric cars just revealed. So, let's get started. There's never been such a big announcement in one fell swoop as the one Toyota made in December of 2021 regarding their upcoming EV lineup. Car companies have almost always just had a handful of 2 to 5 concept vehicles and facelifts they would hype up and then produce the next year. To take 30 different cars and drop them on us all at once, prototypes at the ready, is insane. So it looks like Tesla will have their work cut out for them as Toyota pushes their Beyond Zero goal. Beyond Zero is Toyota's agenda to sell 3.5 million vehicles by 2030 and be totally carbon neutral or better. This could mean a few things, such as the new cars replace the average gas car to the point of maintaining or reducing carbon waste production, or maybe just that they have a new car average of zero emissions. The details are foggy, but we can't help but be excited about the big project. Toyota is vocal about the goal, and we're not mad about that because the future seems very exciting, whether you care for electric cars or not. This project means that electric cars will become cheaper, more accessible, and more comparable to gas even sooner, and the lineup already has one car on the way, the bZ4X. So let's talk about these futuristic EV models one by one. bZ4X. The BZ stands for Beyond Zero, Toyota's goal for having a carbon neutral or better production, and 4X means four-wheel drive. The bZ4X is meant to step in for Toyota's best-selling SUV, the RAV4. Unlike the others on this list, this one is headed for production and will be for sale by 2023. Toyota already has an official release on the vehicle, and we won't hesitate to admit that we have very high hopes for this car, as it will mark the first all-electric production vehicle to come from the world's biggest automaker, making history and setting the standard for themselves and other car makers. There's still a lot that not even Toyota knows about it, such as the performance, 1 or 2 pedal driving, or real-life range, but it's estimated to be 250 miles. A bit dismal if we're being honest, but we pray the price will reflect that. Unnamed Sports EV. We obviously love hot cars. This sports EV looks amazing and is said to be the future replacement of the once beloved MR2, Toyota's rear-engine sports coupe. While the MR2 Spider was very underpowered, making just 138 horsepower, it was also very light. Being an EV, we don't expect this car to be light, but we do hope it offers more in the way of acceleration. Considering it doesn't bear the Lexus badge, we assume it will be a controlled, every man's 2-seater EV with a convertible top, and instead of a record-shattering performance, we wouldn't mind if the outcome was something affordable. The GR suggests it may have some oomph and possibly come with a small premium on the price tag, but only time will tell. Unnamed Truck EV. Electric trucks are tricky, and Toyota is wise to start with just one. The real issue is weight. Toyota can't just use the TRD Pro's Fancy Fox shocks on this bad boy, seeing how the few electric trucks we have weigh 7,000 pounds like Revivan R1T, compared to the gas F-150 at about 4,500 pounds. This is another reason we watch with our fingers crossed and our butts clenched as Toyota drops its first EV in the world, the aforementioned bZ4X. How it tows, its range, and its off-road performance will give us a very good indication of what to expect from this truck. We do know that it can be expected on or before 2024. FT4X Lookalike Compact Cruiser EV. In about 2015, Toyota released an exciting concept called the FT4X, a gasoline tease as a replacement for the legendary FJ Cruiser, a revival of the Cruiser name. This is perhaps the most exciting EV in the lineup, as it also bears the name Cruiser, an undeniable statement that Toyota will, in fact, be rebirthing its best off-road legacy. If the Cruiser EV bears any resemblance to the FT4X, and it does look very similar, we can expect some wild and exciting features: a panoramic skylight, removable components like lights and speakers, and a highly customizable off-road experience that isn't hurt when city driving. From the pictures, we can guess that it will have a new kind of tailgate, such as the FT4X, which boasted a classic hatch for weather protection when open, which also opened right and left, split down the middle for tighter spaces. Autonomous bus. Toyota for a long time has created large and public transportation, including semis, box trucks, and buses. This bus promises to be autonomous in city transportation that can run without human input. The idea has been teased by both in general and by Toyota of a bus/shuttle that has nothing but benches and a stop request, and possibly an emergency call button. The genius of it is that, presumably, these buses can charge themselves and then go back out onto the street. They can run 24/7, vary in size based on demand, and will presumably be much safer. While there are some concerns, such as the system being held up by weather like snow, a medical emergency, etc., we are still excited about the idea of this massive stride to the future promised to us in sci-fi movies. Micro and mid-box. Toyota is again hinting at a concept they've played with before: autonomous delivery. The micro box makes its purpose clear, with a sliding porthole for a user to reach in and pick up an item. Or if past concepts are to be believed, a smaller robot delivers your package to your door. A single seat placed slightly to the right of the car leaves no room for other passengers, making this the most perfect DoorDash car ever made. The mid-box is a step toward commercial delivery, and even has a handy hood step for someone to bust out some tools or sign some documents. Places for straps and accessories appear all over the customization. While this appears to be a driver-made vehicle, it wouldn't surprise us if it came as autonomous. Of all the cars on this list, we honestly do not expect to see these two come out, probably ever based on our experience, but the idea is cool. Perhaps someday, the demand will be enough to produce them. Lexus LFA replacement. While it's not officially in the original lineup, Toyota also offered a long-hood electric vehicle that resembles the Supra and is reportedly going to replace the Lexus LFA. The announcement was part of the Lexus release at the same time. It looks amazing already, but we already know it won't have the engine noise of the LFA, obviously. We can only hope that the new Lexus sports car can live up to the legacy of the LFA, a car that stands out as being incredible in its performance, very reliable, and respectably fast. We can only pray that some nods to the LFA exist, like the ability to compete with the current production leader, the Tesla Model S Plaid, or even a 3-exhaust resembling design in the back. Just looking at the long hood, air intakes, and narrow LED lights, we really believe that the future is here, thanks to Toyota. However, there's no guarantee the automaker will have a production version of every single car shown here. But Toyota made its point well. EVs are very much a part of its commitment to zero-emission vehicles, and the automaker said it will have 30 purely electric cars on sale by the end of this decade. We will not only add battery EV options to existing vehicle models, but we will also offer a full lineup of reasonably priced mass-produced models, such as the BZ series, to meet the needs of all kinds of customers, Toyota said. So Toyota may have been late to the electric game, but they're looking to bounce back with a wide array of EVs. With a goal of having 3.5 million EVs globally by 2030, as well as achieving carbon neutrality by 2035, Toyota's ambitious plan to have a fleet of electric cars covering various segments could actually help them achieve their targets. And this is it for today, guys. What are your thoughts on the video? Let us know in the comments section below. And if you liked this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. And thank you for watching.